The year was 1972. ASA National Softball Hall of Famer Don Arndt was the first and only player from a fourth-place team to be named MVP in a men's major slow-pitch national championship.
Yeah.
Do we have enough gas in our cart for that?
Negative, Ghost Rider. That's why they sell them by the 15
You guys
pack.
are already on your second.
Welcome back, softball fans. We're out here, as you can tell, golf's really not our game today.
Whoa! I heard trees.
Did he catch that tree down there?
But make sure you tune in. You see the boys hit at the Metrodome. Great place to hit. I love hitting over there. We always put on the shows.
And I hope we're hitting better there than we are here today.
Here we go again.
We're at the Metrodome in Minneapolis for this stop of the Long Haul Bombers Stadium Power Tour. Who will own the Metrodome? Let's find out.
Get out of my face with that camera, ain't in the mood for it.
The Long Haul Bombers got their start here at the Metrodome back in 2002 in what was supposed to be a one-time exhibition. Now, just 3 years later, they're performing in major league stadiums across the country. But each season, the Bombers can't wait to come home to the Dome. They're not the only ones excited.
Oh, you kidding me? This is the best pre-games that we have year after year. This is what, our third or fourth year. And I'll tell you, the players love it almost as much as the fans. All our players will be down here watching this because this is great excitement. You know, we don't have Barry Bonds in town. We got the softball hitters, and you know what? They can hit more home runs than Bonds.
This time around, it was a showdown between Team Easton and Team Combat. Swinging for Easton would be Brett Helmer and hometown favorite Scott Brown. And for Combat, R.J. Howerton and Johnny McCraw. That is, if McCraw could find his way to the field.
Hey, this is Johnny McCraw coming to you live from the Humphrey Metrodome in Minneapolis, Minnesota. As you can see, the rest of the guys have already walked in. As for me, I hit 5 last week in Houston, so I get to stand outside. They won't even let me in the stadium this week.
So how do you think you fared?
Terrible, absolutely crap. So I'm gonna keep scratching and clawing. Maybe they'll let me squeak through the door here shortly.
Up first was Easton's Brett Helmer. Helmer won last year's Home Run Derby championship right here at the Metrodome. And tonight, he showed everyone why.
Being that the ball flies so well to right field here at the Dome, Helmer's got to be the odds-on favorite to win.
Helmer blasted bomb after bomb into the upper deck seats in right field, including the money ball, and finished with 9,000 points. Then it was time for R.J. Howerton. The big guy from Texas had his usual stellar performance. He knocked out 8 big bombs, plus the money ball, for 10,000 points.
Started off a little slow, hit a couple of humpies there. Finally found my rhythm, and ended up hitting the money ball in the last 4 or 5 in a row, which was good for me and Team Combat.
Following Howerton was hometown boy Scott Brown. With Mom and Dad watching from the stands, Brownie wanted nothing more than to outshine the competition. He got on a roll early, but just couldn't hit out his final few pitches. He ended up tying Howerton with 10,000 points for a share of the lead.
It feels great being here. It feels great being in my hometown. We got a lot of people here coming to watch me tonight, and feel real good.
Finally, Combat's Johnny McCraw stepped to the plate. McCraw started strong. He blasted out 9 quick bombs, but his hot streak would end right there. McCraw finished with 9,000 points.
You know, had 5 swings left at 9,000 to get 1,000 more points. A little disappointing, but hey, better than last week. It's a good outing, great atmosphere. I kind of fell off the wagon there at the end, but altogether it was a good night.
For the first time this season, the teams ended with a tie. Easton and Combat both walked away with a solid 19,000 points each. There are just 2 stops left on the Long Haul Bombers Stadium Power Tour. The competition is as close as it's ever been. Make sure to tune in each week to see who will be crowned home run champion at Bank One Ballpark in Arizona.
Here we go again.
I'm the 2004 Triple Crown winner, Jeff Hall. Here are my tips on how you can become a better hitter. The last thing here is the finish, which is probably one of the most important things to softball. You see a lot of people that get up in the box, they grab the bat, They've got everything ready, everything looks good. When they swing, they hold on to the bat with 2 hands. A good finish, and a finish that I do, is when I make contact, I go through it, and when you finish, you want to let that bat go. You want to get them hips as much in them and torque and twist as much as possible to get that finish in there.
Up next on Softball 360, now that you've seen Brett Helmer put on a show at the Metrodome, we'll get to know this long-haul bomber a little better.
Does that just mean you have more muscle, more power?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little fat, but I mean, there's all kinds of muscle in there and everything.
But first, we'll get a behind-the-scenes look at Team Japan.
ソフトボール360いつも見てます
This week, Tom Hilden writes, I've seen a lot of top softball players use an overlapping grip on the bat. What are the benefits of this grip? Long haul bomber R.J. Howerton answers that question when we return.